Hey guys, Taylor here. It's been a while since I've done an update. I kind of had a lot of stuff going on, IRL stuff. Traveling back from Asia because I'm back in Northern Ireland now. I had my friend's wedding to go to. Then I was doing actually a lot of development work myself. I should have made an update before, but I just didn't. So today's video, I've got some bad news, some really good news about my Web3 career journey, and then just some advice which will be aimed more specifically for the devs, as the good news I have is about a DevRel itself. Flick over to my browser here. The bad news is the Web3 Foundation role that I was actually really excited about. I had some really good interviews. To be honest, I did as well as I could in the interviews. The technical challenge, I think I gave a really good result, which got me through to the technical interview. The technical interview, I was able to answer everything, talk about my own Solidity development, talk about Polkadot. I did a lot of studying on Polkadot itself, and I was able to talk about some pretty in-depth mechanisms to do with Polkadot with Bill Laboon, one of the guys at Web3. But sadly, they just said they selected someone else based on experience. So kind of sad that I feel like I couldn't really have done much more, I feel like. Which meant, like, I don't know, like, was I just never in the running from the beginning if there was someone else with more experience applying? But I guess it's just how it goes in applying for jobs. So sadly, not going for that one anymore. I applied for this one last week. This is a DevRel position at Settlement. I had a couple of interviews already because I've told them I'm progressing pretty fast with other companies. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them because I had a second interview. It went well. Seems like a really cool job. They're still setting up their customer success team, and they're looking for someone who's a bit more technical, which is like myself, who can also be really good at talking to customers, talking to people, helping devs, that sort of thing. Just a classic dev role. Just waiting to hear back from them. But this is the one I'm most interested in right now. This is a smart contract engineer position at this really cool company called OpenFort. This is a startup, and they're creating some account abstraction software for GameFi, some cool APIs, and they need someone to write smart contracts pretty much. I've got through the final stage of them. I'm actually going over to Barcelona on Saturday, which is very exciting. I love Barcelona. I really like it as a city. I'm going over to them, working with them for a week, and then we're just gonna see if it works for me, for them, for everybody. Fingers crossed though. Seems like a really cool company. Some really cool guys running it. So really excited for that. So what I wanted to talk about today in terms of advice would be just kind of making sure you have a good GitHub if you're someone technical, if you're just any sort of dev role. Because I feel like as a DevRel, this would be impressive anyway, sort of thing. So the one thing I would say, which I really personally I like on GitHubs, and I saw this on the guys at OpenFort, and I think they like that as well from mine. GitHub is that be really consistent with your submits. See, last year I just decided because I used a different open source or a different version control software at my last company, so I was submitting not on GitHub. But then last year, I just decided to get really consistent with it, show that I like pretty much every day I'm working on something or I'm trying to better my knowledge, whatever it is, and also at the top adding my projects that I'm proud of. These are things like I've created a multi-sig wall. These are things, smart contracts I've worked on. My wiki, which is pretty much my portfolio site. I've created that. This is the what do you call it, hackathon, that Chainlink hackathon I entered. Basically anything that relates to the kind of things you're applying for. Pretty much this is all Solidity based for me because that's my main interest. But having this nice looking good GitHub with consistent submits. If I didn't have this, I really don't think OpenFort wouldn't have been as interested in getting me through, because that got me through to the technical challenge, which I was able to do really well. But if I never had this, really nice looking GitHub, then maybe I never would have got here. That's just the word of advice for devs today. Just go through, redo your GitHub, make it look nice, add a nice profile picture, consistent submits every single day, and in a couple of months, if you have really good projects, consistent submits, then 100% you'll be ready to apply to any developer related job, I'd say. So that's all I have to say for today. It's just a short one, just because I've been away for a while. But yeah, really, really excited about this open port job. Yeah, I mean, I love writing Solidity. I love Barcelona, so I'll very, very happily relocate there. So yeah, fingers crossed for me that it all goes well. And yeah, and if it does, I'll probably do an update actually after next week, just to say how the week has went, or how, kind of how I feel about it, how I felt it went, sort of thing. So yeah, yeah, but that's it. So cheers, guys.